Talking nerd.
On today's show, Deadpool 2 gets a director. The Hamilton guy wants to play a Marvel villain. You can make $100,000 if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy really closely, and a shocking new cast addition to Thor Ragnarok. Plus, what's going on with Rhonda Rousey? Rogue One gets a final trailer, and The Walking Dead is losing viewers week after week. All that and much more in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Friday, November 25th, 2016.
Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up. We're talking, we nerded. We funny, disturbing. We're talking, we nerded. Spoiler alert. Oh yeah. We're talking, we nerded. We funny, disturbing. Oh yeah. We're talking, we nerded. Spoiler alert.
That's right, we're jocking and nerding. We're spoiler alerting right here on the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Welcome, thanks for joining us. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the Rug Boy. Good earth to you, Rugs. Welcome back.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Nice to have you back. We missed you last week. Not really, but maybe.
Yeah.
We did a show last week.
Yeah, you remember? Did anybody listen to it? I bet neither of you guys.
I haven't gotten a chance yet. I usually listen to everything.
It's been a it's been a crazy week. I don't blame you. Look, if you're a first-time listener, welcome to the Jock and Nerd Weekly, where we hang out every week and geek out over comic book, TV, movie-related news about Marvel, DC, Star Wars, whatever floats our boat. And that's what we're going to do right here. But before we begin, I want to say happy post-Turkey Day to everybody in the States. We had Thanksgiving. That means today, when we're recording, it's something called Black Friday, which sounds really racist if you're not from this country.
Oh, shit.
But it's what I don't understand about this is how is this still a thing? There are still videos of people trampling each other to save $10 on a goddamn toaster oven. How is this? How are we still falling for this in this day and age?
Actually, the deals are pretty good.
I have never gone to Black Friday.
Well, have you guys ever experienced one of these mobs?
Once.
Yeah?
I haven't done a morning. I will never. Well, I can't say never, but I'll never. I'm going to say it. And I'll never jump in. I'll never do the midnight or like.
Where you go after and you wait all night.
Yeah, but I've been to like the mall on a Black Friday, and the deals are pretty good.
But like with the internet in this day and age, where you don't have to like what the fuck you buy?
Well, sometimes there's deals that are in store only.
Ugh.
I just don't like annoying people.
Yeah.
And I just don't like annoying people and standing online, and that's like what that is.
You know, as fucked up as the world is right now with revolutions, political upheaval, we see people at their absolute worst on Black Friday. It makes no sense to me. I'm like, why are we still falling for this? Consumerism, you're a fickle bitch. You still got us by the balls.
Oh, shit.
Dude, it's a store. It's called Five Below. It's Black Friday every day.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like these prices are they're normal like in the summer. They just inflate them at other times of the year and bring them back to normal on Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's a fucking scam. Anyways, another piece of show news. Anthony. Right?
I don't know if it's a scam, but all right.
It's a fucking scam.
It's not a scam.
Look. I'm very excited to announce that we're not going to have the Jock for a few weeks. That's not that.
Bro, do you even podcast?
Is that an announcement?
That's not why
you're very excited to announce that.
Well,
because now you have someone that won't just automatically agree with all the bullshit that comes in.
We need someone like
that.
Anthony. I'm excited.
Well, the other guy's a fucking puppet, so he has not much of a choice.
You agree with everything I say, or I pull the cotton from your fucking slack hole. I'm excited. Why? We're not going to have the Jock for a few weeks. Anthony, why is that?
I'm excited. Why? What are you saying?
I'm excited for you.
You're excited for me.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I will be going to the Filipinas.
Whoa!
Right?
For a couple of weeks, so.
But he's going back.
Have you ever been to the Filipinas?
I was present in the Philippines when I was 2 years old, but when your brain doesn't work.
That doesn't count.
I don't count that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, no.
I mean, to go as an adult to have you been outside of the U.S. like overseas?
Like Mexico.
No, that doesn't count.
That doesn't really
what spurred this trip, Anthony?
It's a family reunion.
Oh, awesome.
And a real fucking cheap flight. $600.
Is your Polish side going or just the Filipino side going?
Just the Filipino side.
They don't let the Polish.
Tagalog?
Mm-mm.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I understand a little bit, but
Oh my God. I did. Look, it's great
But
to see the world.
Philippines is very Americanized.
Sure. But you're
Yeah.
still in
You
for
speak
some
English.
culture shock, my friend.
Oh, I know.
And I can't wait till you experience that, because once you travel, dude, you realize that like everybody's doing the same shit around the world. It's very small. And here's the first thing you'll notice when you come back to America. There's not that many fat people outside of this country. Let me tell you, just from the airport to airport, you're like, wow, it's just so noticeable when you come back.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. How you realize that like all the large people are on this end of the flight. Huh,
Do you think
that's
you're going to
interesting.
find a Philippine bride while you're there?
Ooh.
If I do, she's going to stay in the Philippines.
Yeah, because you don't want them Americanized.
No.
It's going to be like,
They'll ruin it.
you just got, it's like that show, 90 Day Fiance. You just pull one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reverse. All right, look.
Yeah, I'll be out for I don't know how many shows you plan on recording, but I'll be out for two weeks or so.
Listen, we have people. We have staff. Rugs. We get the. I'm sure the Matt Delhauer will love to jump in. And,
Maybe you
people.
can dig up Mr. Do-Right from the dead.
Do right. I wonder what Do Right's doing.
Do right on.
We can have a great. I'm gonna ask him what he thinks about this semi uneven season of The Walking Dead. But
Yeah.
I'm just really happy that you get to kind of see the world and go back to your homeland as an adult, and just
part of my homeland, half
your half homeland. The Polish side of you is gonna be like, this fucking sucks. What are we doing here?
How many generations in is your Polish side in America? Like more than 3?
Yeah, around 3. So my Polish side is basically American.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think once you get to the 3rd or 4th generation,
Yeah.
you're pretty much
It kind of
American.
washes.
Yeah, I mean, my dad doesn't even speak Polish.
yeah. The culture gets wiped out.
Yeah. But the Polish side is what's going to get me recognized in the Philippines. Everyone's already told me that, like,
What?
you're going to fucking stand out.
because you have just a little bit different.
I'm going to look totally different, and I'm going to be taller.
That's anywhere you go in that part of the world. I guess you're gonna be taller. Right on. Well, look, have fun. Come back in one piece.
I'll try.
and
try.
we'll be holding down the fort for you.
I've already set up a bottle service night, like one of the best clubs there, and it's like really cheap.
Oh yeah,
Oh
dude.
yeah, you can live like a king on American money. over there.
Absolutely. You can buy a mansion. You might not come back. Look, the jock may not come back once he gets a taste of a little.
But there's this thing called the internet, so even if I don't come back, I will eventually set up like a Wi-Fi.
What's the time
then-
difference? It's like
Oh,
tomorrow
jeez.
there. It's like way.
You really
No,
don't
it's
have
like-
anything holding you here, Anthony.
No, not really. Other than this show,
Yeah.
just Imran, and he has a pretty strong grip.
Well, that's the beauty of the
Thumbs up.
internet is if any of us, wherever we go, we can just still jump on and do the show. It don't matter.
Are you going there by yourself, or are you flying with people?
I'm flying with my mother.
Oh.
Who I haven't traveled with my parents in like 7-8 years.
This
So
is
that'll
gonna
be interesting.
This is going to be great.
Oh, I can't wait for this. This is gonna be great. I can't wait to hear all about it.
This is gonna be like a John Hughes movie, like just a young Filipino boy returns
I
home.
want to
finds
predict
himself.
something. He's gonna have like a religious experience in some kind of.
He may come back. Oh,
He's gonna come back different. He's not gonna be the same Anthony.
He's gonna revoke his Polish side
I
and
think-
just embrace the Filipino side.
It can happen.
It could happen.
It's a super Catholic country, so
Yeah. Oh
I could
boy.
become even more Catholic than I already am.
Can you
which is
imagine he
not
comes
very-
back and he doesn't swear or like eat pork or whatever? That's different. I don't know what that is.
No, that's like an amalgamation of a couple of cultures right there.
Just
I've been thinking about visiting Romania, the land of my birth,
you should.
where I was cursed.
They have great cheese of what
And
I'm
then you
told.
come back looking like Count Dracula.
Yeah, or maybe
Comes back with like a Dr. Doom mask because
I feel like I'd come back looking like Borat.
you would run Romania. You'd be the king of Romania.
Yeah.
All right. Enough of this bullshit. We have a lot of news to get to. So
Okay.
let's hurry up,
All right.
get to it. Look,
All right, Dad.
watch me for the changes and try and keep up.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
We're going to start with, it was a late breaking news piece that we broke on our last show at the end of the show. But I think we need further discussion. And that is that Deadpool 2 has a director now. They did hire John Wick director David Leitch. Remember, Ruggs, we talked about the
It's a good move
speculation?
for them. It's a good move.
Yeah, so according to Hollywood Reporter, Leitch's name surfaced just days after Tim Miller's exit. And they had the studio and had other filmmakers to look at, which was Rupert Sanders. We talked about Drew Goddard, Magnus Martins, but they gave the gig to David Leitch, and they're also moving forward with Deadpool 3. So Leitch is
Deadpool 3?
Yeah, they're going to find another separate filmmaker, and they're greenlighting Deadpool 3 already, putting it into motion.
Jesus
so
Christ.
Leitch,
that's probably a bad move.
These guys they're going full head on. Leitch is well versed in the action movie parlance, this article says. He made his directorial debut 2014 co-helming John Wick, the Keanu Reeves revenge thriller. Before that, he spent years as a stunt coordinator, second unit director, and he created a stunt company named 8711. Ruggs, why is this guy a good pick for Deadpool?
Well, the problem is, I mean, he's going to have the action shit nailed down. In fact, it's going to be next level stuff.
That's
Whereas
great.
the old one,
Yeah.
Tim Miller, like he relied on like the computer graphics a lot.
Yes.
Because he was a computer graphics guy from Blur. So I think this is going to be more conventional kung fu movie, like, Hong Kong film making action type, like that fast John Woo stuff, that crazy kind of cinema. I think it's going to be more along those lines, and it might be good for Deadpool. And he knows how to do things on a smaller budget because John Wick wasn't really super duper expensive. I don't think.
And you just got to work well with the Ryan Reynolds, and take his tone. And I like that. I like that point. You're gonna have some straight up practical stunt effects.
Do you think they're going to lean that hard on the comedy on this one, or what do you think?
I mean, that's part of what made the first movie great. I know, Anthony.
Yeah, I think they're going to amp up the comedy even more.
Anthony, what do you think about? Have you seen the John Wick?
No,
I haven't seen it either. Everyone keeps saying it's good. I still haven't.
I've heard it's good. I mean, everyone that I kind of value their opinion or trust has said this is a good replacement.
Yes.
Yeah, it might be even better.
Yeah.
So, but I do think the comedy for sure. I mean, that's Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds with, I think you got to fucking put a muzzle on that guy or else he's just going to go nuts with the comedy.
It is. You need to salt and pepper that in. But if you can have a more of an intense, violent action scenes with with his sense of comedy tone well balanced, Fox needs an X-Men franchise because theirs is ending and they're probably freaking out.
Well, Deadpool is their next Wolverine.
Yeah, that's what it seems. If they're pushing, they're already we're gonna do 3 too. Write it in
3. They're probably trying to figure out how they can incorporate Deadpool into the main X-Men stuff.
They also there's 2 untitled Fox Marvel movie dates they put out in 2019, 2020. They got to start looking ahead.
When that Gambit movie comes out, I bet Deadpool makes a cameo in that. Deadpool's their guy.
Well, they're gonna have
do that. Do you know what stories they're gonna leech from
for Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
No, I have not heard.
I don't even know an iconic Deadpool story.
Well, Imran's the only one that reads that shit.
No, I would imagine it had something to do with Cable and Domino. I haven't heard any. I haven't seen any rumors.
The Cable stuff has got to be happen.
I haven't seen any reports of what it's about yet, but they're moving ahead. So now the Flash needs to nail down a director, and that'll be the only movie. It's not the only movie that doesn't have a director, and he was lost.
Tim Miller should hop over there.
Look, didn't we say that before? And Kevin Smith said that, and the internet was like, "Oh, Kevin Smith has a great idea. Tim Miller should hop over there because he did that in the DC animated video game thing with all of them." But we said that it was like Tim Miller. Just go over to the Flash. But he's doing Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a speedster.
Yes.
Speedster. So he's halfway there.
Shit.
He's halfway there. I think he really did want to do the Flash. But good for the Deadpools. Moving on, here's a really interesting story. You guys know that Lin-Manuel Miranda fella, Mr. Hamilton?
Yeah, I don't like this. He's annoying.
Who's all the rage. And so my sister's in town and she's going to see Hamilton tomorrow. She paid a shitload of fucking money for these tickets. I could not afford it. And she better apologize. No, she ain't apologizing to shit. But she's been singing and has the Hamilton on and I've been hearing it and whatever. He has said that he would love to play a Marvel character, a specific Marvel character. He revealed on Meet the Movie Press that he would like to play Spider-Man symbiote villain Carnage, which is I don't know if that's
lame
or cool. He says he is a big fan of Marvel. There's one particular character that he would actually like to play. It's Carnage. He said if Disney and Marvel were looking at doing a Maximum Carnage movie or bringing Carnage in the MCU as a character, he wants to be Carnage. Genuinely, as a fan, he would love to play.
So yet another Carnage Asada.
Carnage Asada.
Oh shit!
This is the second time a Hispanic dude wants to play Carnage.
Wait, who was the other guy?
He was I don't know, maybe he wasn't Hispanic, maybe he was like Middle Eastern, but I don't know. He's the guy from
Same shit, right?
Yeah. No, well, I can't tell because he plays.
No, I'm being facetious.
He's playing like in Better Call Saul. He plays a Hispanic guy.
Oh,
I don't know if he actually is Hispanic or he just cast that way.
which is funny because like he doesn't seem like the Carnage who like is in the comic books. It's a prisoner named like a white trash dude named Cletus Cassidy.
Cletus.
His name is Cletus, who gets like a little drop of the Venom symbiote and it bonds with him, and he's just a fucking crazy serial killer. I don't see that unless he's a really good actor. I don't see that coming from the Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No, I thought when I heard this, I was like, literally, what the fuck? And I don't think, at least the way Marvel's going with Spider-Man, I don't see how Carnage would fit in that universe yet.
It would only
Carnage is really fucking crazy.
Yes, he's way over the top,
Like
violent
serial killer.
Yeah, and now if it's only and like he says, Marvel and Disney, like let's not forget, like
you can't
Sony
do
owns
Carnage.
this. Yeah.
And you can't do Carnage without doing Venom first.
Well, Sony always wanted to do like a Venom spinoff. That's kind of still in the talks. So I don't know. I think it's just weird. I think he was just he's
I
doing.
think he's just throwing that out.
Well, the
there.
silver lining is if he does get cast, I get to make the joke a lot more.
Yeah, you get to go. He's
Like I coined it, so like I'll be using it all the time.
he's in the Mary Poppins remake, which I don't know why they got to remake fucking Mary Poppins, but I love my Mary Poppins. Carnage Asada. Maybe we'll see him in the future. Sticking to Spider-Man stories, we have another article here of one Zendaya now saying again, I'm not Mary Jane. She flat out says it in an interview. She says, I'm not Mary Jane, unfortunately, but I am in the movie, which is
We've
exciting.
heard these people do this before.
She says my character's name is Michelle, and she's listed as someone playing Michelle. That's what everybody wants to think. I'm going to let people think whatever they want to think. But yeah, do you think this is just a red herring to throw us off?
Why would she though? Then after the Mary Jane announcement, put a picture on the internet of her with red hair.
That's a good point. Just to fuck with us at this point, I would.
But why would you do that? That's like really stupid.
So I would be surprised.
People talking negatively about the
just for the
Spider-Man,
just for the buzz. I mean, that was a very big kind of PR bust for them when that happened. So that's a good point, Ruggs. I don't know. At this point, I would be more surprised if I saw this movie and she is not Mary Jane. Like, I would be surprised and be like, oh, they didn't do it.
From what we know about the movie, okay, she appears in like without red hair.
Yes.
And is very, very tomboyish.
Yep.
And like demure. So like, does she become Mary Jane? Like, or the character doesn't seem like it's Mary Jane.
Well,
so
isn't
it's like kind of different version if it is Mary Jane, which I don't think it is. It could be. You never know with this. This is like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, it's kind of like I'm being fucked with right now.
Could it be possible that Mary Jane, the character, is not even in the fucking movie at all?
Could be. I personally think that she's just fucking with us now, and she's definitely Mary Jane. And they kind of want to rein it in or just create a little diversion before the film comes out.
Well, we're going to get a trailer soon attached to Rogue One, Star Wars Rug One, December 16th, Rugboy 1.
Only like 20 days until Imran blows a load.
I'm going to be all over just, yeah. But I think, well, hopefully that'll give us some more clues. But yeah, all this fuckery, it's very annoying. Let's move on to another actually cool casting for Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
Angela Bassett cast as T'Challa's mother in the upcoming Black Panther. Another great actress. Another great pull for Marvel.
I feel like they've went all out with Black Panther and this cast. This is like the best cast they've put together. Not saying it's going to be an awesome film, but they put a good
I think it's
cast
going to be
together.
fucking awesome.
Chadwick Boseman, Lupita Nyong'o, Michael B. Jordan.
I hope so.
Oh, man.
The guy that they cast for Black Panther is like spot on.
Yeah.
He's great. And I think they're going to kill it with this one.
Well, they got, you said Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah.
What's his face? Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Really good. They got the girl from
Michonne. Yes.
Michonne, whatever her name is. Sorry, Michonne. And then now
Denai
Angela
Guerrera.
Bassett. And they got what's his name? Black guy with messed up eye.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker's in this.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis in this also because rumored he played Claw. and Winston
Like that
Duke.
black guy with messed up eye.
I knew exactly who you were talking about. And I remember Winston Duke is playing Manape. They got Manape in this. Yeah, this is a hard. And Martin Freeman is Everett K. Ross, a couple of white guys.
It's a really good cast. And Ryan Coogler directing.
This
Have you seen Creed yet?
No, you know what? It's on it's on Netflix.
What
I
are
saw
you
it somewhere.
watching that you're not watching all the good stuff?
I caught up on Black Mirror season 3. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
Fucking great. But dude, this Black Panther cast is just like, this could be like an acting lesson for everyone probably going into this. Like, this is amazing to have all these people.
Honestly, I will be very, very, very disappointed if this film isn't like really good. Like really, like not just your cookie cutter Marvel film, but
Yeah,
like
it can't
actually
be.
something special.
Well, they don't have to like really do an
They don't have to
origin
do the
for
origin,
him.
yeah,
So they
no.
could just jump right in. This is almost like a second movie for Black Panther.
Are they still filming it, or is it? They're still in the process of filming it.
Filming, yeah, because it doesn't come out till February 2018, so a long ass time.
I wonder if they've caught any of like the Doctor Strange blowback of it being very cookie cutter, and if they're going to change a little bit, or if they're going to try, make
It's pretty late in production though for them maybe to do that much of a change.
Okay, I was just
But
wondering.
they must I just like we said, I hope they approach it differently.
Because like a Suicide Squad, they did that whole, they
they look, this is not fucking Warner Brothers. They're not gonna go and like freak out and react. This is not Marvel has a plan. Clearly, maybe they did Doctor Strange like, look, this is cookie cutter. We kind of have to do this. This is a new character. We're gonna treat Black Panther as like his second movie, not his first movie, so we can just jump right in and tell the story. Like
Smart choice.
I think it's maybe they're going to do the Batman Begins where they're going to have a current storyline. They're going to flash back to him becoming the Black.
I would love to see his time as, in Wakanda with his father, spending time with his dad and, kind of little lessons learning from his father how to be king of Wakanda and shaping him into the man he becomes kind of shit.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I
dig it.
I dig it. But we're getting, before that, of course, we're getting Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn, who loves putting Easter eggs into his movies, he's put a shit ton into Guardians of the Galaxy. And apparently, there's one that nobody has gotten. And he has offered money, a friendly wager. He says, if there's no Easter egg, I will give you $100,000. Copy this post. I will consider it a legally binding contract. Signed, James Gunn. He's basically putting a bounty on this Easter egg out there. $100,000 prize for anyone to find the one final hidden hardest Easter egg, which has got to be something crazy obscure. But I thought that was kind of funny.
What the hell are we doing recording this show?
I know, we should be combing the fucking movie frame for frame.
Oh, shit.
That you know how much what I could do with that much, what we could do is split it up. We can retire for a month, a week.
Well, how much was he offering?
$100,000.
Oh, okay.
But someone's gonna find that or make it up.
By the time we're finished recording this shit, someone will find it.
Yeah, someone's found
I
it.
don't know the story. I haven't seen anybody find it yet. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 next May 5th, 2017. That one's going to be a fun one. And of course, Thor Ragnarok's going to be a fun one. This is a great, crazy bit of news here. If you check out the IMDb page for the cast listing of Thor Ragnarok, you're going to see a strange cast member. If we're to believe it, it means WWE superstar John Cena has joined the cast.
Oh, shit.
I have an idea here.
Okay, so, and I think I know what your idea is. So, as we know, this Thor Ragnarok is partly adapting the Planet Hulk storyline, which involves Hulk getting taken. Well, in the comic books, he was just sent off by the Illuminati because they couldn't control him. And he was like, we don't know what to do with Hulk. Let's just shoot him into space. Lands on this planet. He's used as a gladiator, but eventually wins the hearts of everyone and becomes king of this place and defeats everyone, right? So, and if you look at the listing, it says John Cena is playing himself. Everybody, John Cena is playing himself. Now, Ruggs, what is your theory?
I was gonna say that like the Hulk has to fight like people like in the gladiator arena.
Yes.
And he would have to fight John Cena and he would come out with the John Cena music.
Oh my God, because that's what they say in this article. The guess is Jeff Goldblum in this movie, his character Grandmaster, he has to pull champions from all over the universe for this gladiator fight.
That would be hilarious.
Isn't it possible that
That'd be pretty funny.
he would think that John Cena is a great
He's
champion?
actually a champion.
And pulls him and pulls his music, and he has to fight the Hulk. I think that's great.
That'd be a funny bit. I almost wish we didn't know that.
Well, look,
'Cause that would actually crack me up if I didn't know John Cena was playing himself in the movie.
it's not, but it's on their IMDb page, so it's not like it was like a buried, hidden thing. But like with Taika Waititi and the tone of this, and the fact that he said this is going to be like an 80s, 90s sci-fi space, like I cannot wait for this movie. This is going to be a surprise hit.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I guess
John Cena. I mean, I could have seen John Cena playing like Scourge or like a villain.
right, but
He's
himself.
actually been pretty decent in the movies he's been cast in.
He's been featured in the Fred movies and Daddy's Home as himself, and he also voiced the Hulk in
He
this
was
video
funny
game.
in the Amy Schumer movie.
Oh, he was in Trainwreck as himself.
Yeah, he was the boyfriend.
He was also in The Marine.
Marine wasn't that great.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that was produced by the WWE.
yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah,
That'll
He's
be fun.
funny, though.
Yeah. I mean, he's joining another great cast. Of course, you got Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Tom Hiddleston, Idris Elba, Kate Blanchett, Tessa Thompson, Jeff Goldblum, Anthony Hopkins, and Sam Neill.
Don't forget about Benedict Cumberbatch.
And and possibly the Benedict Cumberbatch. And he's looking for, as we saw, of course, in Doctor Strange in the post mid-credit scene, Thor is meeting with the Strange to find his daddy. Where's my daddy at? Can you help me? I'm gonna find my daddy. But that's crazy. Worlds collide. I love that. I can't wait. I think this movie is going to be so much fun. And then last bit in Marvel news, last week, Ruggs, you weren't out, but last week we talked about how Marvel allowed Fox to change Teenage Negasonic Warhead? Teenage Negasonic, what the fuck is her name?
You got it.
Her powers for Deadpool in exchange for the rights to use Ego the Living Planet, which was part of the Fantastic Four deal, to use Ego as Peter Quill's father. So the great thing was that Fox and Marvel were kind of cooperating. I was hopeful that maybe this makes a possibility of these two companies working together, trading more characters. Like Marvel could be like, give me a 6-pack of X-Men and I'll give you a couple of 4th-tier characters, just like trading characters over. But unfortunately, Kevin Feige just putting the hammer down, and he pretty much said in an interview, he told Variety when they asked him, "Is this happened? Does this mean that Fantastic Four flop, we might get it back?" He goes, "It is an impossibility at this juncture." Feige told Variety when they asked him exactly that. "We certainly have enough films to keep us busy for a number of lifetimes." So it doesn't seem like the relationship has gotten any better, and not until even phase 4, this is going to happen. So that was kind of a bummer, I guess, a little bit.
I wonder how they divvy up these guys, like all of the supporting cast and all the other rogues gallery. How do you divide something that's so tied together?
I don't know. Is it based on when the deal was made and if you created new characters? I thought it was interesting that they could use the character, but they wanted to change their powers, the Deadpool writers, but they had to ask Marvel's permission because they still have some kind of legal right over how it looks or how the character acts. It's a very, very
it's weird.
It's confusing deal for sure.
It's confusing. So what's possible and what isn't?
I know like for instance, the Sakaran,
yes,
which were used in Avengers.
Yes.
Not Sakaran.
The
Chitauri.
The Chitauri.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the Skrull, but Fox has the Skrull, so they had to use the Chitauri.
They're Fantastic Four universe. Yeah.
Right. And then in Guardians, they used the Sakaran as the alien fodder.
Right.
Because I think that was another conflict with Fox, who they really wanted. They wanted to use the Badoon, but the Badoon are associated with the X-Men.
Oh
so
my God! Yes, that's right. They're tied up over there.
Sakaran, it's just weird.
It's weird gymnastics they have.
Yes, navigating the fact that they've been able to pull out 14 successful films, navigating this shit is amazing. And I think which is why this Spider-Man Homecoming is going to be another unprecedented kind of thing where we haven't seen this kind of cooperation on a character going back and forth and then returning home. It's crazy. It's crazy. They need some of the X-Men, but maybe with this Inhumans thing, maybe they don't need X-Men. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. The X-Men have always been here. I mean, everyone, and I would love to see the X-Men. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But the X-Men, even in the comics, have always kind of existed in like their own pocket. Yeah, they interact, but like, why is it all that weird that there are mutants when there's like a Spider-Man and a Captain America and like all these other guys that are enhanced that just don't happen to be born
It
this
actually
way.
Works better for them that they're separate.
Right.
Because that would get so convoluted.
Yeah, because it adds to the fact that they're different and people not liking them and shit.
I mean, if they ever did try to combine the mutants into the main universe, that I don't know how they would combine it now, you know?
Yeah, it never really made sense that the mutants were looked on like shittily.
Yeah.
That's not even a word, but whatever. When there's other heroes out there that have powers and stuff, and have been born with powers.
What needs to happen is Marvel just needs to get some kind of deal with Fox where they help them make better fucking X-Men movies. And the universes stay separate, but you have just better product because Marvel clearly knows how to handle the characters and storylines.
The more likely scenario is Marvel one day may be getting the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
because Fox doesn't know how the fuck to do that, and I don't see them, or they haven't figured out how to make money with them.
Well, they got 6 years left.
That's what it counts.
Before they lose the rights again, and they figure out what they're going to do. And of course, they're not going to think about anything for like 5.5 years, and then they're going to scramble. But you're right. That's a hard property. Moving on to some MMA news, Anthony. I found some interesting articles. What is going on with Rhonda Rousey?
Okay.
She seems to be having quite a time. So, you know, the storyline being she was kind of not fighting because she was working on a lot of these movies. She wanted to work on her film career, right?
Right.
Well, all her movies have kind of been scrapped.
Oh, shit.
One of the films that Rousey took time off from the UFC to make, Mile 22, has now been put on hold as the filmmakers have begun to doubt her acting ability, according to this article from The New Yorker. Another one of her film projects, a remake of Roadhouse, has also been delayed until May of 2017 at the earliest, so Nick Cassavetes can finish the script. Now, she said, is she retired? Did she officially retire?
No, she's fighting in December for the title.
She is fighting. So, okay, so like her movie shit is now kind of going down the drain, and then I found this other article that the Rousey and Amanda Nunes had their little weigh-in.
Stare down.
And headline
totally different.
Oh, it's just a stare down. It's just like a meeting.
Well, what's the point of that? Just so that they can psych each other up for the fight?
It's a marketing ploy that like fight promoters have used forever, where they just get the two competitors to like literally face off with one another.
So it's just like a press conference to hype it up.
Yep.
Very what's his name with the big hair style.
Don King. It's been used forever. Yeah. Literally, like who doesn't want to see the two competitors just square off?
Okay, so this just happened. They stared each other down, and each fighter was supposed to be interviewed directly afterwards. Joe Rogan interviewed Champ Nunes, but Rousey stormed off to the backstage. And UFC President Dana White said Rousey left due to production issues. But according to an MMA fighter, Dave Meltzer, he tweeted Rousey was...
He's a writer, not a fighter.
Oh, it says fighter here. They got it wrong.
He's a writer.
He's just a writer. He tweets that she was so upset she had to be consoled. I don't know if there's any truth to this.
I don't know about that.
Wow, what a like crazy.
What is going on?
Downward spiral.
Well, there's like two things going on there. First off, if you saw her in like the Fast and Furious movie she was in, she was only in it for like 5 minutes. Horrible.
Was that
actress.
7? She was in 7, right?
Horrible. Yeah, horrible actress. Just horrible. I mean, but that's not surprising. She's never been an actress in her life. She's an athlete. And then as far as like these movies, that doesn't surprise me because like you said, she's been horrible actress. And then this other stuff. So like Ronda Rousey is like a really interesting like character study.
Yeah.
Most of the like champions that like lose, and granted she lost in very devastating fashion, but most of the champions that lose like are like, I want to get back in there and fight again. Like I want to get back in there. But like she like took this long break and went like radio silent from the media. Like I think it really, really affected her psychologically.
Because then she shows up on SNL.
Yeah, she did that. Well, but like she's taken such a long break is my point. And like she built herself up, rightfully so. She was the best woman in the world, but she like mentally, she had built herself up to this place where she's going to be undefeated and retire forever, like retire undefeated and be a champion. And like no one can hang with her. And then to just get her ass completely killed. Like she got she got destroyed in that
Well,
fight.
what even
started observing how she won, and then they started fighting around that. And then they finally got some people that really recognized her game, and now she gotta kind of reinvent herself, and I don't think she's able to do that.
Well, also, like, mentally for her, I just think, and I don't know, this isn't the right term. Like, I don't think she's mentally weak, because you have to be mentally strong to be an Olympic gold judo medalist and a champion. But there's something about her mentally that's really interesting to me, and that she, like, all of a sudden she just couldn't take it anymore. Like, she
Her
literally
confidence
just broke. She's broke. Yeah, she literally, what we saw,
struggling.
in my opinion, is someone break in front of us.
You know what?
Mentally just break.
This is what I think that's kind of what I think. So she also went on Ellen, and on Ellen she talked about, she was depressed. She was having thoughts of suicide.
She wanted suicide, yep.
Right? So this is something I think...
Her dad actually committed suicide.
Okay. This is a
perfect.
perfect thread. This is something I think we don't think about. And I'm also going to... Now, bear with me. I'm taking this somewhere. Kanye West's recent fucking outburst about I didn't vote, but if I did, I would have voted for Trump, and him saying just fucking wacky things. He also has a history of saying fucking wacky things. Are we ignoring some kind of mental health issue with both of these people that we don't see because of all this social media and what we see on the surface and people getting bashed for saying and doing things, and we don't stop to think that in a sense of Kanye, like his many genius like artists are fucking crazy. Like that's why they're good at art.
That's what I would have said. Is geniuses, or like anybody that's even like elite,
yes,
like the elite, like not like really good, but like the best in whatever they do, is somewhat crazy.
Absolutely.
Because they're told all throughout their life, no, you can't do that.
Yeah,
and they literally think to themselves, you're crazy. I will do this.
I am the greatest.
If you look at like Michael Jordan, for example, his personality is like he's a horrible human. In terms of like the way he interacts with people is terrible. And like if you listen to his Hall of Fame speech, you would have thought the guy just had a chip on his shoulder. He had like a horrible Hall of Fame speech where he was just like criticizing everybody. Like, you look at me now, as if like he hadn't gotten all this praise throughout his career. But like I think that a lot, like very talented, like the best of the best, are a little bit mentally unstable. Kanye West is fucking insane too, though.
I mean, this may be mental health shit. Ruggs, what do you think?
I'm crazy.
And see, sometimes the cotton gets stuck in different places and you can't think straight.
When it comes to Kanye, I think that he is nuts. Like, I mean, certifiably, like he's one of those people, and I don't consider him to be a genius by any stretch of the imagination either. I think he's just a pretty good
would disagree.
Musician. Yeah. He's a pretty good musician, and he's pretty good at what he does, but I don't think that he's a genius, because like the shit, he wouldn't say the shit that he says if he was. Like, he doesn't know anything. Like, the shit that he was saying at that concert was gobbledygook.
Yeah, well,
he was that's not genius talk. Like, I want to be like, I'd be like, oh, I never thought of it that way. No, it was more like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And Rhonda Rousey, I think that she is a nut when it comes to, training and doing her craft and doing her, all of the shit that she knows, her judo. But I don't think that she's mentally capable of losing like that. Right. I think that she took it so hard.
Did you say judo?
Yes. I see that you know your judo well.
I didn't see. She should have took it like that guy and been a class act. I think we should all learn from the Arrested Sir.
Yes, we can. The Arrested Sir.
I got a couple more things.
Yeah,
actually bring up some good points.
Yeah.
Kanye and then Rhonda. Kanye also, I agree with Rugboy. Kanye, what annoys me about Kanye when people call him a genius, I'm like, the only person that thinks he's a genius is himself. I think he literally thinks that he is thinking on a different level.
But he has narcissistic problems too.
I know, but
Trump.
He literally, the way he communicates, like he will smile in the midst of what he's saying and be really angry and later, and it's just like, and he'll pause awkwardly. Like, I think he thinks he's speaking at, I think he, for whatever reason, he thinks he's on a different level than anyone else, and that no one understands him, but that he's speaking in like this unique way. When he's really just saying gibberish, like Rugboy said. Rhonda Rousey is really interesting because, like I said, her dad committed suicide, I think when she was a teenager. But also her mom was like fucking ruthless, dude. Like, her mom would like wake her up in the middle of the night by putting her in an armbar.
Oh shit!
Like, just to fucking defend herself. And like when I think Rhonda Rousey like broke like her foot or something. She broke something. This is, don't quote me on this, but she broke something in her body. I think it was her foot, and her mom made her like run like 5 miles on it. Like her mom was fucking ruthless in terms of training this kid from fucking birth to be an athlete, to be a fucking amazing athlete.
Yeah.
Like ruthless. So like when you don't get that support from your parents, like that fucks you up.
Yeah, that's gonna weigh on her.
And they like that on like, but that like it's not even like support like, oh, my dad doesn't listen to me. It's more like my parents are crazy.
Plus, she's got to be like, I'm disappointing my mom. That's gonna crush her. Blah blah blah. Like it messes you up.
Right.
How badly do you think that you react to a setback like that? Like in your life, did you ever like have something where somebody told you like Imran, you thought you're going to be a great artist, and then somebody told you your art was shit, and you're like, you wanted to give up?
I mean, I don't know. You get, the older you get, you realize you just you deal with it. You move on.
Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Rhonda is like no one can really sympathize with that. There's only a few people in the world that can sympathize with getting fucking head kicked in front of 53,000 people in live, not to mention the millions watching around
like
the world.
The
and
whole
at that
world
time,
knowing.
She was like literally the most popular female athlete ever.
Yeah.
But
like,
let me just put this out there. Getting a kick to the head will knock you out. She was beaten, but it was a lucky shot. It was a shot that everything hit perfectly to knock her out. Like, it's not like she was beaten down and made to submit and like couldn't fight this person off, like, and had so much of a trouble.
She was just outfought. Like she
got hit and it landed, and then that fucked her up. That was it. I don't know if I would have been as upset about losing.
No, and that's why it makes me think of mental health issues.
Like if I would have gotten clocked and knocked out, I would be like, all right, you got the shot in. Like I'd be like, okay, next time I'm going to do something different.
You got me. You got me good. Yeah.
I'll say, I mean, like I said, it is unique because most champions usually just like,
that's what I say. It's not the mind of a champion.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird.
It's different. It's a different mindset that it's weird. It's not, I don't know if it's the mindset of a champion or not, but I will say that she literally coming up to that fight and just in prior fights was like, I will retire undefeated. None of these girls are on my level. No one has the mindset like me. Like she was talking herself up as if she was the greatest thing. And she was up until she got head kicked and knocked the fuck out.
I think that I liked Ronda Rousey more when she first came out and she was more of a mystery.
Yeah. Now you know.
As you got to see her personality and stuff, you kind of turned me off to her a little bit.
Her personality is, the more exposure she gets, the more her personality flaws come out, and she's not the best at hiding her personality flaws. So the more exposure she got, the more people were fucking ready to just fucking
take her down.
Take her down. When she had a slip, oh my God, all the fucking cunts in the world were like, let's fucking get her.
It isn't.
Oh yeah. That's fucking right.
There was an arrogance to her and a childlike quality where like she was
for sure.
Brat.
She is a brat. She's definitely a brat. Her media, like the stories about her with media, like she'll deny media, like people that ask her certain questions, like certain people that like if they write a story about her that she doesn't like, they will never fucking interview her ever again. No one will. They won't. Her fucking she has a real fucking tight inner circle of people that shield her from shit.
Wow. I mean, Anthony, I agree. Like, this is a fascinating character study.
She's very fascinating.
It would make a great movie as long as she doesn't play herself.
Oh, shit.
Do you think she's going to win, Anthony? Do you think there's any chance?
December 30th. She
has a chance. I don't think she's going to win. No, I think she's ready to leave. I think she's been wanting to retire ever since she lost.
You want to know what I think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Either she's just going to lose, like the same way she's going to get knocked out or something like that, or she's going to actually kill Nunes in the ring.
Like, actually kill her, like, dead.
She's just going to, just kill her.
Well, I mean, how's she?
I think she's going to, I think she's already even said prior to this fight, this is one of her last ones. I think she's like, I have to come back and at least try. Like the athlete in me has to try this again, but I think she's already kind of mentally
How is she going to deal with another, like, devastating loss? Like, that's even more scary if that happens.
I think she's going to lose.
Well, either way, it's the end of her career.
December 30th. Yeah, and I guess you'd want to go out on top, but wow, interesting stuff. And like, it reminded me of the Kanye.
The Kanye comparison is good.
Yeah.
Kanye's fucking crazy.
He's a
I
nut
hate.
job.
I don't like Kanye when he speaks.
Look, I love 808 and Heartbreaks and My Dark Twisted Fantasy. I love those two fucking albums. But like a lot of good artists have been crazy. Like you look back to painters, Renaissance painters, Impressionist painters. Like the really great artists they're fucking nuts. That's how.
Wasn't Van Gogh and
yeah, Van Gogh went crazy and shot himself and cut his ear off.
The story of Kanye is that he's closeted.
Oh, you think that's what's going on?
That's what that keeps coming up everywhere.
Wow.
I mean, I don't believe it, but I mean, it comes up all the time. It's on like you go food shopping, you look at any of these things. It's always one of those things, and those things usually end up coming around.
You know, the tabloid rumors.
I think that they're not true, and then some of it, there's some kind of nugget of truth to a lot of these things.
Were the rumors true that he had to check into like a hospital or psychiatric?
Well, probably. I don't know.
He was taken in on a gurney. He was handcuffed to a gurney, and I think they were trying to take him to some kind of psychiatric thing.
Dude, I was listening.
Canceled all his shows.
Yeah. They were talking about it on Mr. Throwback Thursday, like 3 hours before his show in the largest arena in Los Angeles. He cancels the fucking show. 3 hours before, like after going on like a Twitter storm after saying this shit.
The Sacramento show, there's footage of after he left, people are chanting "fuck you, Kanye."
He's gonna fucking lose all of his fans. Wow.
He's gonna lose all, but then there's the people that love Kanye. They're gonna be like, no, this
is him. He's an artist. He's an artist.
This is how he is. He's gonna fucking change the world. He's changing it again.
Jeez,
he's had a huge influence, no doubt. But the guy is not a genius.
Look, we're just surrounded by like mental health issues, narcissistic people, stuff that's all just thrown under the rug because you just see these people reacting on Twitter and getting bashed and like.
Well,
this
is what happens, unfortunately, when you have such a lack of creative and artistic people around. That people who are mediocre artists start to think that they're God.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Good point. All right, let's talk about Star Wars. Fuck anyway.
What an awesome.
You like that segue? That was a segue.
That's great.
That's really good. That's a good button.
It's Rogue One, a Star Wars story, or as Ruggs tweeted today, it should be called Rug One. A Jock and Nerd story. They had one final trailer. Came out today with a lot of new footage. Maybe giving away too much story. I liked it. I didn't think so. Did you guys get a chance?
I did not watch
to check out. Well, let's all do it.
Should we watch it right now?
Let's time jump. Everybody watch the trailer. Time jump. Jock and Nerd. Okay. This trailer has gotten me even more excited for this movie. Not only because we're going to get the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer before Star Wars.
Like you bring that up first.
That's the main reason. I'm going to be there way early.
God.
But
how sacrilegious.
But look, this I love this World War II style of Star Wars. Plus, you got space battles and you got land battles. I liked a little bit more of the linear like storyline of the movie, and I like the robot, how he's like really calm and collected. He's different than C-3PO, who's like bumbling. This robot's just very cool. He's got everything down. He's just blowing up stormtroopers without missing a beat. What'd you guys think?
It seems along the same lines as the other trailers. I mean, they're giving you a little bit more. But I mean, I'm pretty optimistic about this movie, so I'm happy to see the trailer. I know that Darth Vader is going to be in there. They keep teasing him, and I hope that he's in it for more than like just a few seconds. But
the trailer looked like a lot of fun,
right? Doesn't it look like?
I mean, it was a nice pump up trailer. Trailer should be just a minute, like that.
And that was it wasn't like your 2.5 minute. It was a nice minute of action. And look,
it looked like a lot of fun, like a space beach epic.
Yeah, like you meet the main character. She's got a plan. She builds the team. They engage in battle on land and in space.
We're trying to stop the Death Star or get the Death Star plans, right?
Yeah, from her father. And you know how I know this is going to be a different Star Wars film? It's because
it's on a beach.
Because it's on a beach, but we have confirmation from Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy. It will not feature the Star Wars opening scroll.
Oh, shit.
Kathleen Kennedy teased that Rogue One, described as a World War II-style adventure film, will open in a manner that's more in keeping with that genre's tradition rather than Star Wars' own spin on things. She also talked a little bit about the Han Solo spinoff, the tone, but she said, we felt that's so indicative of what those saga films are. Initially, we will probably begin the film in a way that is traditional with just the title. And then she says the Han Solo film is going to be like a heist or Western type movie, which that seems kind of cool. So there's not going to be a scroll. This is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be confusing for a lot of people walking into this movie, that this is a Star Wars film without the opening scroll.
Yeah, how do you cater to the idiots at this point who don't know what timeline this is in?
I was just going to say the idiots still probably think that this is the sequel to Episode 7.
Right, they're going to think this is 8.
So how are they going to like spoon feed this to the stupid people?
What was the girl's name in Episode 7?
Ray.
Ray?
Yeah.
They probably think that
that's Ray.
Is
yeah.
Felicity, whatever.
Felicity Jones plays Jyn Erso.
No, they probably think she's playing Ray.
Probably think she's playing Ray, but she's older, yet it takes place before.
Yeah,
it's going to be confusing for idiots.
They should have gone with a blonde girl or something that just to make or another
completely different looking
probably
would have helped. So more changes for the future of Lucasfilm. They've also been talking about. They're evaluating what's next for the franchise. So right now there's 4 more films on the schedule. Rogue One is coming out December 16th. Then there's Star Wars Episode 8 comes out next December 2017. Then Han Solo Star Wars story in May of 2018. And Star Wars Episode 9, May of 2019. After that, they have yet to decide what's coming next.
Boba Fett.
Well, Boba Fett. So we found out that Boba Fett may have been the movie that Josh Trank was supposed to do, that he lost.
Oh, no.
That was...
He blew it?
He blew it! This is what he got.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Basically, they're discussing, do we continue the core Skywalker saga after Episode 9? They are thinking about going more to these standalone spin-off movies, because if you think about it like comic books, each of these Han Solo, Rogue One, each of these, if there was a Boba Fett movie, each of these movies can make their own trilogies. You know, they could shoot off and it'll turn into like a Marvel thing where their character standalone films and they all have their own, and then maybe they come together in an adventure. I don't know, Ruggs. You're Anthony's a big Star Wars fan, right? I don't know what do you think? Would you care if like it doesn't continue the Skywalker saga?
Not really. There's a lot of cool things in Star Wars. Like I think what the great thing that Star Wars does is it sets up the universe.
Yes.
It sets up this whole thing of that there's these planets that are all inhabited by different aliens, and there's this currently at the last part of the Skywalker story, there is this empire that gets destroyed, and then something else rises up where the empire was and takes over again. So that's that what was it in the new movie called the
Force Awakens?
Yeah, what was that? The new bad guys called? I forgot.
The fucking they were the
Order of something.
Right. No, I can't remember either.
The First Order.
The First Order.
Yes.
That one. Yep.
Does that make any sense?
It does. No,
but basically there's always some kind of antagonist, okay? Yeah. There's also some antagonist group that people have to rebel against. So they set the tone for that. So now you know what kind of like that there's going to be the dark side, there's going to be the Sith or something like them that's going to be using the Force for bad, and there's people going to be using the Force for good. So they kind of set all of those rules up, and you can do whatever you want with it now.
You can play in them. You have Star Wars Rebels characters to play with. But Anthony, someone like you who's more of a casual Star Wars fan, someone says Star Wars to you, and you're like, yeah, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. Now, would you care if, like, there's no Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, you go to see the Star Wars movie, you're like, what the fuck is this?
And I might be a little confused, but would I care? No, because I'm not a Star Wars fan. It is called Star Wars, and it is like universe stuff, so I feel like should be tons of stories that they can.
I mean, they set up all these crazy cool rules.
Yeah,
like instead of mutants, you have the Force wielders. And you have aliens that have all different qualities as well. And there's all of these things that can happen. So you can pretty much do anything you do in comic books in the Star Wars world. Like you can have aliens that are like Spider-Man that could swing around. Like, there's no limits to what they can actually make. And you always know that there's a dark side and a light side that are fighting or at odds. So they really could do anything. They could go it doesn't have to be just like Star Wars.
I mean, I agree. I think I want to see, that's why I'm really excited for Rogue One. I want to see more in the universe of Star Wars that's not connected to, these are great characters, but look, we've had them for 30 years. Let's see what else has been going on.
If you watch Rebels, you could see that it's really not really tied to like the Star Wars stuff. I mean, Darth Vader makes an appearance casually every once in a while,
but it feels like Star Wars still. Like it feels like great Star Wars adventure, great Star Wars storytelling.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do. They're still going to make shitloads of money regardless of what they do. Okay.
If you ever played the video games got all these cool characters in them too.
Yeah, that's true.
So they have a lot of shit there. That's pretty cool.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the pre-sales for this movie are, whether it does how it does, and then they can assess afterwards. I think you could already buy tickets for the fucking movie, I'm sure, right now. Okay, let's move on to some television news. In the DC world, you've seen that the documentary about Kevin Smith's Superman movie that never got made. Superman Lives. It was called Death of Superman Lives. Great documentary with the Tim Burton's was going to make the movie and John Peters. Kevin Smith in a Facebook Q&A has said, someone suggested, what do you think about this being adapted into an animated feature from the Warner Brothers DC animation? And he said that would be a great idea. And I think this is a great, this would be a great idea to adapt into a cartoon. He said that it's something I worked on 20 years ago at this point, so it'd be really amazing to kind of see they turn it into a cartoon and get people to do the voices. Nick Cage is still around and stuff. He wanted Michael Rooker for his Lex Luthor, so he says that would be amazing. He's like, it's not up to me, kids. It's up to the good folks at Warner Brothers. But if they ever to call and say we want to do a cartoon version of that Superman script we wrote, believe me, I'd be like, that'd be dope.
Do you think they're going to draw Superman that looks like Nick Cage?
I don't know. He could do the voice. Dude, this movie had just wacky, like, giant spiders, and Brainiac had, like, octopus legs, and just crazy visuals. I think the time is right.
But which version are they going to do? The version that fucking Peters fucked up, or the original?
I know there was like 5 versions of this fucking movie.
Probably more. Yeah.
I would start with Kevin Smith's first draft. Like, he wrote one of the early drafts, and then they came in and changed it. You'd have to find a draft that works, that's kind of coherent.
Yeah.
I would love to see kind of like a Tim Burton-y animated take on this. You know, they did the 60s Batman and Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders. I feel like these are better original ideas than them trying to adapt.
They can really continue all like the Batmans.
Yeah.
Like the universes.
Oh my God, we could have like a Tim Burton Batman universe and a Joel Schumacher Batman animated movie universe.
And then a Fox universe.
Yes. That's kind of interesting. Why not, dude? At this point, Michael Rooker could still do Lex Luthor. What's he doing? Nothing. He's doing Guardians of the Galaxy. At this point, they're making these crazy animated movies. I think they should stop adapting things because I think that has run its course. Especially with the Killing Joke. That just soured everything. Let's do something original. This is fucking original. This is a weird Superman movie. Good alternate take.
It would be weird to see. It would be really weird. I don't know if I would like it.
I just want to see the wackiness. Okay, moving on to some Marvel news. We broke last week the big news that the Inhumans, Marvel kind of figured out what they want to do with the Inhumans. It's coming to TV next fall. They've set a date. Marvel's Inhumans will debut Labor Day 2017, and it will debut in IMAX. 2 episodes in IMAX theaters, 1,000 IMAX theaters across 74 countries. This movie is going to debut on Labor Day 2017. And we also talked about they're going to be shot entirely with IMAX cameras. So I love the Ben Sherwood, who's president of the Disney ABC television group. He has a great little quote here. He goes, "We think this is a quadruple win. A win for IMAX, a win for Marvel, a win for ABC Studios, and a win for ABC to launch a show in an innovative way and get attention." I can't think of another like TV show that has started like this, like in an IMAX theater release. Like, this is pretty unprecedented.
I want to see this trailer to see if it'll get asses in the seats.
And they've also said that it doesn't necessarily replace a feature film that was pulled from the schedule previously. Now, if this show gets big, there's no reason they can turn around. This may be the way they can connect the TV and the MCU movie universe with the fucking Inhumans.
It seems like a weird way to do it.
Ruggs, what did you think of...
I'm just listening because we talked about this.
Ruggs, what did you think of the news about the Inhumans coming to television? And it's not a spin-off of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's going to be its own thing.
if they use this opportunity to create like a cool world, like the Inhumans exist on a different world, right? Don't they live on the moon or some shit like that?
Well, they live on Adelan. Sometimes they live on the one area of the moon. But
okay,
yeah.
So they can pretty much create a world, an alien world or something like that, that you can do all these crazy costumes and all these great effects and stuff, and it might, be different enough for people to tune into, rather than just watching people run around and be spies.
Yes. I mean, these are superpowered people. Also, we've never had a TV show that will shoot its action scenes with IMAX cameras. Like, they're co-financing this.
The IMAX thing is weird.
But they're not doing the whole series like that. They're just doing the first 2 episodes.
They're doing the first 2 episodes, and then they've said the action scenes in the 8-episode run will be shot on the IMAX. So there'll be a little bit of IMAX throughout the whole thing.
Will Joe Schmo, me, be able to tell that some scenes are IMAX?
Well, that is a very good question. It is yet to be seen. Well, will it have that much more of an epic, expansive, visually heightened feel?
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that's going to look like.
Right? Like, how can you make it look like a movie on the small screen? It maybe people might not even notice. It's,
there's many problems with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but when I look at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I compare it to like Netflix or obviously the movies are a different level, but it does seem to me cheap.
Right.
It just comes off to me like this is TV.
Yes.
Like that.
There's something. It's like
there's something inherently cheap.
Well, it's better than some of the stuff on CW, so you know that.
Oh yeah,
that's true. It's better than the set of the Wave Rider on.
But
Legends
I
of
think
Tomorrow.
that what makes me think that is it's supposed to exist in the same universe as the Marvel films and the Netflix stuff.
Right.
Whereas the DC stuff, they aren't trying to exist with Batman v Superman, which they shouldn't, because Batman versus Superman is a terrible movie. But
oh shit.
At least the Marvel stuff is like, yeah, we're in this universe, but then why don't you look like this?
Good point. DC has their multiverse kind of working for them. Like, if you put it in that terms, like, yeah, keep it. This is the TV universe. That's the movie universe. Now, the way it might pay off is that if the IMAX photography makes it seem more epic, like more weird locations and wider shots, maybe more impressive CGI. Like, it's only 8 episodes, so they may be able to spend their money better over the 8 episodes.
Well, Marvel needs to do something different. They need to make a bold move, and I think hopefully they really, really do a good job with this.
I think the budget is going to be. I think the budget will be higher because, to your point, Anthony, they'll have their Marvel TV budget, but with IMAX co-financing, they have a little bit more money to play with. I think
we'll see.
Hopefully that comes across on the screen. But those are all good concerns. Like, how we're gonna know. Okay, last thing for the news section, everybody. Get ready for this. Tighten your belt. Save your money. You may have to drink one less coffee every week because Netflix may start charging a streaming video tax.
Oh shit.
What?
Check this shit out. So this is starting in California, Pasadena. On the books in Pasadena is a bill they announced. It's a new tax. It has yet to be implemented because everybody is in opposition of it, to put a tax on streaming services. 40 other California cities also now have streaming taxes on the books, but no one has started to collect. I don't know if you know, but right now, Chicago is facing legal challenges based on the fact that the federal law does not currently allow the internet to be taxed. So some parts of Chicago, they were taxing streaming things. They got some lawsuits snapped on them. Basically, they're trying to, this is where this stems from, is the cable. Like, if you look at your cable bill, right? You open it up, you're paying for internet, you're paying for cable TV, and then there's all these bullshit fees and taxes. Everybody's seen this. It's on your cell phone bill. It's on your cable. You're like, what is this? What are these utility? They're just tacking shit on. Like a utility, like your water bill or your electricity bill. They're trying to make streaming They're going to start with Netflix, but if this goes, it's going to hit everything. A streaming service as a utility, which makes no fucking sense. And if this goes with Netflix, then, they could start taxing when you stream Hulu, when you stream HBO Now, Amazon Prime. Like, there's no ending to taxing streaming things. But it is a move by the cable companies to make up some of this money they're losing because people are canceling their fucking cable because you don't need it anymore. Would you guys drop Netflix if they charge?
How much would the tax be?
Look, so the Chicago thing was they were charging like 9% or some shit, and there were some other places that were charging 9-10%.
I mean, so that would be
it's like our aggressive sales tax in this fucking state.
It'd be like 90 cents. So it'd be, instead of paying like $9, I'm paying $9.90.
I guess. I mean, it would be
Is it per month.
It would probably be per month on your monthly Netflix streaming bill. This is a slippery slope, man. I don't think they need to fight this.
I don't know, man. Just fucking I hate corporate America. It's fucking garbage.
You can't. How do you taxing? Just think about taxing video streaming services. Like it really doesn't make sense. It's not a utility.
I'm waiting for the breathing tax to start.
That's gonna happen.
And every time I have to take a shit tax.
Although in Europe they have weird taxes. Like my brother-in-law lived in Germany, and he said there's a TV tax in Germany where they'll come to your house. Now, if you're in Germany and you're listening to this in Germany, correct me if I'm wrong. This is what he told me. They come to your house, they ask you how many TVs you have, and they tax you for each TV to the point where people will hide TVs in the basement and tell them that we don't have a TV when the TV tax bill guy comes around.
What the fuck is that?
Germany is heavily taxed. Like, it's like 50% off fucking everything.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow, that's insane, dude.
Yeah, it's
maybe our German friends can help us out.
The councilman, so Pasadena City Councilman Tyron Hampton, he's against this. He goes, my constituents do not want this tax, even if it's just a couple of dollars. It is being taxed twice. Where do we stop? Is it Hulu? Is it Netflix? Pandora? Every time you stream music in your car? I mean, where does it stop? You're already paying taxes for your internet service.
It's just retarded because everybody saw this coming for like years that the internet was going to take over cable.
Yeah.
And instead of like figuring out how to monetize that properly, they're just fucking doing dumb shit.
Yeah, and
it's crazy.
I mean, is this still the golden age of the internet? I'm afraid one day it's all just gonna go away. They stopped net neutrality, but with this fucking administration now, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we just gotta enjoy this open internet while we can. They're gonna make us pay tax to post these fucking shows. It could happen. That's where it could go. It's not good.
Oh shit.
That was great. It's not good.
Say no to Prop 73, everybody. I don't know.
Just the tone you said it. It's not good.
It's not.
Like, I don't mind paying for shit. I don't mind, but I'm paying a fucking shitload of stuff for cable.
Yes. You know? Look at all the fucking things what are these little charges? They nickel and dime you.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't understand, like, if you pay for Hulu, they still play commercials. Like, what the fuck why am I paying for Hulu?
Like, it's like hours of walking dogs. Just so I can watch TV.
Just so you can watch TV for 10 minutes, and then you have to like go out and walk some more dogs.
Yeah, and then I got to pay an extra $1.
That's bullshit. Fight the tax. All right, guys, let's take a pause for some promos, and we'll carry on.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey, Imran.
Hey, Rugboy.
Wouldn't it be great, since we're putting out all these great shows and great content, that our listeners could support us in some kind of way, maybe with a website or something?
You know what? I got an idea. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Talking nerd. All right, listener, we have a virtual tip jar.
Wowie zowie!
It's called Patreon. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon, and you can support the show and help us help you.
How you do that?
You can make monthly donations, whether it be $1, 50 cents, $5, or you can donate in one large sum and you get bonus content, and it only helps improve the show by getting us on better platforms and better equipment.
Fantastic! I hear change jingling in your pocket. Don't fucking fuck me over, guys. Do it!
Hi there. This is Brett Stewart from Geek Cinema Society. Are you a film lover? Do you consider yourself a connoisseur of the silver screen? Well, Geek Cinema Society is a weekly roundtable program where each episode we touch on a film considered pivotal to geek culture. From Blade Runner to The Goonies to Mad Max, we dig into it all. Plus, our guest each week hasn't seen that week's film until the episode. Join me and my co-hosts, Nicole Davis and David Luzader, on a spectacularly fun journey that hits your podcast feed every Sunday. Available on Blazing Caribou Studios.
Are you afraid of what goes bump in the night?
Have you or your friends ever pondered a conspiracy?
Do you want to know more about the unknown?
If so, then put on your tinfoil hat, sit down, and pick up your computer, tablet, or phone. Go to iTunes or YouTube and search for Secret Transmission Podcast and listen to us try to explain the unexplainable.
Follow us on Twitter for updates on shows.
At Secret Trans Pod. That's SecretTranspod.
Or you can email us suggestions
at secrettransmission@hotmail.com. That's SecretTransmission@hotmail.com.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Hey, I forgot to mention that you can contact the show before we started the news. Just go to jockandnerd.com/contact. You want to send us an email, a tweet, a Facebook, a speak pipe. It's all there. And we also have a lovely fan club on Patreon where you help us out, support the show, help us cover some of the costs and some of the future taxes that are coming. You guys can help us bypass that, and you get tons of bonus audio. You get an RSS link for like an exclusive podcast feed. There's like 8 hours of bonus audio. Just check it out, jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Of course, just visit jockandnerd.com for the links to everything, as the kids say these days. We got everything up there. Right, Anthony? Isn't that what they say?
It's more like an old thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ruggs. See, Ruggs knows.
Yeah, and it's like that's an old.
Oh, the kids aren't even saying that. All right, well, fuck you guys. Look, what have you guys, anybody caught up on any television? Ruggs, you weren't here last week. What have you been watching?
I watched The Flasher.
Okay, let's talk about, Anthony, have you watched The Flash?
Fuck no, dude. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes behind.
Spoiler alert.
We're going to spoil this a little bit for you.
Go ahead.
Because we just had, this week was the Kevin Smith directed episode.
Which is a little bit better than the last one.
It was better, and I think largely it was because of the script he got. Like, the last script was really mushy feeling, not a lot of action, right?
Yeah.
This one was called Killer Frost, and boy, was there action.
Geek boner.
Holy shit, we got a lot of reveals. We made the God of Speed. So, Anthony, this dude Savitar shows up. He looks like a Transformer, and he says he is the God of Speed.
He looks like Megatron.
He looks like Megatron from the Transformers, but he's super fast. He's tossing Barry around. Nobody else sees him. And alchemy works for Savitar. They're all like acolytes of Savitar.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Savitar's the big bad?
I guess for right now, this Savitar is the big bad. Also, a couple here. I'm just gonna go down what happens.
So another speedster on there.
I'm
not watching. So
look, not only another speedster. Here's some more spoilery bits. Wally West grabs Alchemy's rock, gets sucked in a cocoon.
That's
is that a euphemism for something?
Great.
That's what.
Is that a
Grab my rock.
Grab my rock. You'll be in the cocoon. That's what the kids are calling it this day. Grab my rock. So he's in the cocoon. They bust him out of the cocoon. He's got fucking speed powers. He can run fast. He has powers. Caitlin goes full on fucking Killer Frost, dude. Is she
evil?
She seems to turn evil and then really conveniently quickly, like it all gets sucked back.
It was very, very conveniently awkward.
Barry talks her back down to it. And we find out who Alchemy is. Anthony, do you want to know?
Sure, go ahead.
Anthony should have seen this coming.
Wait, let me guess.
Yes.
It's I got nothing. Bizarro Barry Allen.
Yes, it's that Julian. It's Tom Felton's character.
Geek boner.
Oh.
The other CSI that's there.
Oh,
you meant the actual Bizarro Barry. No.
Yeah. It's that CSI from that Earth or a different
Harry
Earth?
Potter. No, he is from that Earth, but he was new when he after Flashpoint, when he came back, suddenly this guy's been working here for a year and he doesn't know him, and he's the CSI.
The English dude.
The English dude, the Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter.
Yes, Malfoy.
So he's fucking Alchemy. But Ruggs, what'd you think of?
Does he know that the Flash is Barry Allen?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, so he's fucking with him as Barry Allen and fucking with him as a Flash?
Yeah, what happens is he forces Barry to quit the CSI because he knows that Caitlin is Killer Frost. And Barry goes back to him and he goes, look.
All right, you don't have to explain.
Yeah, that's what happens. So that's the deal. He makes the deal. Ruggs, what'd you think overall of this Killer Frost episode?
It was okay. I didn't like the whole turn back to good thing.
Yeah, that happened very quickly.
Yeah, it was way too quick, and it did put a big mark on the episode in a negative way.
I thought Danielle Panabaker was very good, though, at her character, even with all the ups and downs.
She was all right.
And then her and Vibe, like, fight, like, they battle, and that was kind of cool.
I think the biggest thing was the reveal of, Savitar, the last speedbender. And how they all kind of teamed up to save him, and you could see that Killer Frost's powers are pretty strong if it could damage the speed god.
Yeah, her and Cisco teaming up was cool. Now, the question is he really a god, or does he just think he's a god?
Maybe he's Kanye.
He's the fucking Kanye of the Speed Force. I am the greatest fucking speedster.
Yeah.
But I like that. I mean, there's a lot of good action and better Kevin Smith episode. He's doing an episode of Supergirl that'll be coming out later also. So
there's going to be that there's going to be the big crossover.
Yes. So I have a link here, you guys. They've put out a 2-minute trailer for the crossover. Anthony, you're going to miss this while you're out country, while you're in country. I'm
going to really miss. I'm going to have a lot.
Starting next week is the 4-episode crossover with the Dominators titled Invasion. Have you guys, you want to check out this trailer? We do time jump?
Let's do it.
Time jump. Talking nerd.
Well, we figured out that Adam gets his suit back.
Wow, so much.
Geek boner.
There's a couple of interesting things in there, Ruggs, but that just looks like a really fun sci-fi superhero fucking movie. Like
that did look fun.
Right?
It did. I mean, it looked Sci-Fi Channel-esque.
Well, yeah, it did, but still, this is almost like a Justice League for the TV. Yes,
it looked good.
We see Ray gets his suit back. We also see the other guy who has a similar suit. You find out in Legends of Tomorrow is Steel. Ray makes him a suit because he's like, I had this idea for a suit, and he does a drawing, and Ray actually makes the suit. But to see like all the nerd tech guys working together, and then just the aliens and the team up, and it fucking looks epic, and spaceships. This is crazy. Like, what after this? Like, how are people not going to be like, there was fucking aliens here and spaceships on the Earth, or are they going to retcon it and no one's going to remember?
There's aliens everywhere all the time.
That's a good point. So, and that's the other thing. She is coming into this Arrowverse. Like, she will come here, and her Supergirl show is a separate universe. But even her meeting Heatwave, like such like a despicable, morally gray hero, I thought was kind of interesting. How is she going to react to this?
It looked good. It looked like a lot of fun. And if you have all these properties, you might as well do something cool like that. And even the aliens didn't look half bad.
They didn't look bad, and I like the look. And I'm just looking at.
You got to see Deathstroke.
Yes, Deathstroke will be in this. So the 100th, the Arrow episode is going to be the 100th episode, and that's probably going to be a really big one. But man, this looks like a lot of fun. And I'm looking at like everyone up in a row standing, and I'm like, Diggle is like probably the most useless guy really out of all these people if you think about it now. Well, maybe not. Maybe some of the new team too. It's just he doesn't have.
Heatwave just has a gun.
That's true. Heatwave just has a gun and he'll burn people.
You got to look. Heatwave just has a gun.
Oliver doesn't really have any powers.
Oliver just has an arrow. What's her name? White Canary just has a staff.
Yeah, all those guys. Yeah, but then you got your heavy hitters and your Vixen and your Firestorm and Atom and Steel.
Who's the heaviest hitter? Supergirl, right?
Supergirl would have to be the heaviest hitter. Now we've talked about how they've kind of like she's not super powerful like in this universe. Like she gets hit, she gets beat down, but amongst these guys, it's got to be Supergirl.
Yeah.
In this universe. So, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. We will review this whole thing next week, Ruggs. You got to be there. Well, once it runs through.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it all.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Can't wait to listen.
Heroes versus villains crossover event. All right, let's get to a little bit of The Walking Dead. We had another interesting episode about a completely different location and another group of people catching up on them. Something that we're not huge fans of because it seems to slow everything down.
Yeah.
So the episode,
but this episode at least, I'll defend it. In this episode, they at least continued the Carl storyline.
Yes. Okay. So
we were cutting between at least two different things.
So to recap real quick, now we finally get to see Maggie and Sasha at the hilltop and what's going on there with the Gregory. Carl is there. And right off the bat, I would say the stuff I liked was that Gregory's a fucking dick, and it's like you love hating him. And Maggie is badass, and she's probably going to end up fucking leading Hilltop. She's a way better leader than slimy little Gregory.
What about Jesus?
Jesus doesn't want to be leader, though. Like, I think he just wants to be the guy, like, to get things done.
Well, what happens at the end of that episode is Jesus is out to check out something with the Carl.
Jeez, you just ruined Imran's recap that no one wanted to hear.
Well, that Carl thing is interesting because that's a lot like the comic books. But
here we go.
We're kind of waiting for that face-off. But in the comic books, Jesus wasn't there with him. But I think I have some news bits that we can probably figure out what's going to happen. But Anthony, what'd you think of what was this episode called? I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Roller skates.
You know, I was really hard on this on Walking Dead last week, and I'll say this episode didn't piss me off. So I actually kind of liked it a little bit. I thought it was a little bit more interesting. The Hilltop, we hadn't seen them in a while, and the fact that we were cutting between the Hilltop and Carl's storyline. At least there was like two things going on.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
Really decompressed. And the other thing that I liked was it wasn't Negan monologuing. We got that other actor in there kind of playing Negan.
Yeah, he sends like his captain.
Yeah, so it was like a little different. And it wasn't, by the end of the episode, there wasn't this like despair. There was like a little bit of hope.
So nobody knows where Carl is. He just takes off. Like nobody knows where he is right now. And like, what'd you think? Wasn't that kind of weird? I thought that was kind of.
Oh, he wants to kill Negan.
What'd you think of the whole roller skating through the zombie apocalypse bit? Was it cute or
it was highly irresponsible?
Was it unnecessary? I mean, they had a little moment.
You know what? I saw a lot of hate on the internet for it. I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was all right.
My whole problem with this episode was that after last week's the week previous, the annoying Negan episode, where like you were like, all right, why are they doing it like this? Because I don't know, you guys talked about the Negan episode. I don't think I did, right?
No, you did it. We did, yes.
Like that first shot where they open the gate and it's Negan like smiling, like, how you doing? I'm like, the first shot should be the gate opens and it's Daryl with a fucking shotgun pointed to his head. That would be like, okay, fucking all right, what's going on here? Because I'm like, at that point in time, like everybody had a free shot at Negan right there.
They had a free shot at Negan a lot of times.
There's a lot of, and it was just very frustrating. So this episode, and the dialogue was terrible, by the way. I know they pulled a lot of it from the comic, but it just didn't work.
It was 90 minutes, and it didn't need to be 90 minutes.
But this episode was a lot better because it seemed like more grounded in reality and like things that happened made sense. The only thing I didn't like was that guy that was there for Negan was acting Negan-ish. And I don't think everybody should act like over-the-top cartoony asshole.
He's just constantly smiling with that smile.
Yeah, I don't like that.
He's Negan light.
Like, make me feel scared of you, like, in another way. Like, there's a better way to do this.
That's a good point.
But now, like, I kind of love Gregory being a slimeball because that is how some people will react to this agreement. You know, they're just, they can't handle it. They're out to just save their own hide.
He's your classic leader that just is really not meant to be a leader at all.
Yep. And I love how they're kind of setting up Maggie to kind of be the badass to lead because she's barking orders already. You know, she's telling Jesus, you go do that, and then I'll do this, and she gets the fucking tractor.
The only thing is kind of weird to me about the Hilltop is I just don't, there's no depth of like how big this community is.
It seems very small.
It's just that mansion, then it like seems like the mansion surrounded by
a little courtyard, and that's it.
Like ours. But then you go in the mansion and no one's living there except Gregory.
Yeah. No, I felt that.
So I still don't understand how big.
We haven't seen more than just like outside in front of the mansion, basically.
Right.
But
so it doesn't seem like that big of a community. But then the way they talk about it seems like it's a community. So I don't know. That's the only thing that kind of bugs me about the Hilltop.
That's good. That's a good point.
Yeah. We don't know how big it is. And I liked how they were like, we were going to, like, they set that trap and they were going to come in and clean it up. And they're like, you guys took care of it for yourself. Good for you. I like that. But it was a little bit better. It didn't make me as angry as the last couple.
Well, and there's some intrigue. Like, it's not just Negan fucking shoving his dick down someone's throat. Like, the end of the episode ends with Jesus and Carl on the like they're actually someone's fucking being proactive and not fucking taking
doing
this
something.
shit.
Yes. Here's my question though.
And I like Jesus's character, although he hasn't had like a lot of character development. Just the way he acts and the way he fights is different and is kind of intriguing.
He's great.
to me.
He's British too. They're all fucking British. It's crazy.
But that has nothing to do with why I like him.
I'm just saying. You wouldn't.
I think it does. I think
You would. I think you're an Anglophile. That's what I think it is. Here's my question. So remember Maggie and Sasha? They were like, we're gonna walk to the hilltop, right? Because she was sick, right? But the bodies are buried there. Glenn and Abraham's bodies also, correct? Right? We saw their graves.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did the bodies get there?
Yeah.
Who brought the bodies? Definitely not Maggie and Sasha. They dragged those fucking bodies all the way to the hilltop.
I thought somebody helped them.
I don't know. Who? There's nobody else there.
I think it was just them two, but is that really what you're?
Yeah.
How
How the fuck did the bodies get there?
I don't know. I thought someone helped them. I thought there was. Maybe they alluded to it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't
Might have
remember
alluded to it in the episode. I have to see it again.
Also, what? Remember last season, Heath and Tara went on a supply run, like in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they?
We're gonna find
What
out
are they
next
doing?
episode.
Oh my god, we gotta wait. Look, that's the longest supply run ever. They're just still out there. They don't know what the fuck's going on. So what I learned, which is also, this is why it's frustrating, is these first 4 or 5 episodes, it's only been like a week and a half in their time. It's very frustrating.
Well, that was a complaint I had
Yes,
last week.
it's very slow. It's only been a week and a half. So you're like, when is all this stuff happening?
This episode didn't piss me off. I'll say that. I was like, okay. Like I was somewhat entertained by it just because there was different stuff going on.
What do you guys think of like these episodes having extended time lengths?
What do you mean? Oh, like another half hour?
You like it or you hate it?
I mean, if the story's
utilize it,
progressing, then it's okay. But if you're just dragging out something that should be a half hour long to an hour and a half long, you're a fucking asshole.
Well,
yeah, the worst was last week. Like, there's no reason that episode needed to be an hour and a half. Especially when you don't change scenery at all throughout the entire episode.
Yes, and they're just adding more ads.
Like when
there's
Game
more
of
ads.
Thrones does it, they do they'll do like a 2-hour episode to wrap up something, and they'll fucking throw everything in the kitchen sink and like wrap up everything really nicely. Like if you're gonna do a big episode, like use it to actually gain some ground. It has to matter.
Well, guess what, guys? You were going to see a lot more extended episodes. Next season, episode 6. Swear, next episode is 70 minutes, and the mid-season will be 90 minutes. They're moving forward. Like some of them have been like 60 minutes, 63 minutes, 85 minutes, 66 minutes. They like this extra length, and we're going to get extended length episodes.
I don't mind the length. I just mind if the content is good. Like I thought,
needs more girth.
The width is fine. It needs more girth.
No, well, the length is
the
fine.
length is fine.
Yeah, but like last year's season premiere when they had to fight off the zombies inside the quarry.
Yes.
Like I thought that was all right. That was an hour and a half.
I think once or twice they've used it properly, but for some of the other ones, it's just they're selling more ads.
I see your next note, and I kind of wanted to get to this.
Okay, so
No, I'm going to skip to the rating.
Okay, yeah. So that's the other things I'm saying is we're watching, but a lot of people aren't. The Walking Dead has dropped the lowest rating since the 3rd season.
Shit!
Not good. This downward momentum seemed to have started at the beginning of the season.
Isn't that the pattern though? Like the first couple episodes are high, then the mid ones all slump, and then the mid season goes high again.
No, but this one is this is the worst it's been in a while.
Okay, so the season 7 premiere debuted to 17 million viewers. This is the second highest viewed episode of the series, behind the season 5 premiere. Since this season's premiere, the ratings have dropped each week. Episode 2, 12.5 million.
Wow.
Week 3, 11.72 million. Episode 4, 11.4. This week, it dropped under 11 million.
Oh, shit.
It's dropping week to week. It's still the most watched series on Sunday nights, but clearly this is not the pattern you want the ratings to go.
Good.
Because, maybe this is sending a message.
Glad to see that.
Right?
Yeah, because, we talked about it last week, and Rugboys said this before even this season, but show needs some work, man. And this season especially has pissed a lot of people off. This is like the first time, like a lot of my friends that watch Walking Dead that are like hardcore Walking Dead fans were like, like there's just something off about these. Like they don't
that
like them.
that Negan episode. I think
it killed.
the show.
Yes. That may have been when it actually jumped the shark, because I agree. Because for years I was like, this is the best fucking show on television. I still will watch it live, but I was excited to see it every week. I have lost that excitement since.
You can't have a group of people that you've seen go through 10 times worse things than Negan, and not be caught with their pants down. Like,
and just get castrated like that.
Yeah,
instantly.
I mean, like, it's just like that that people who weren't even there when it happened are like all scared of Negan. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's just crazy.
That could have been, that may be the
I
jump
think
the
it's
shark.
that, and I complained that no one other than like now Carl, which is why I kind of liked this episode, but like, come on, like Rick, who's supposed to be the lead, is just such a baby now and just like taking it. Like, that's not what you want from your lead characters, is them to just break that quickly.
You know,
plus these episodes, like, let's look at real quick. Like, the first episode was basically a torture fest.
Yeah.
Second episode we got it was miserable. First episode was absolutely miserable.
Second episode was goofy.
Second episode was Ezekiel. Yeah. Okay, fine. Third episode was watching Norman Reedus eat dog food over and over and over again. Fourth episode was an hour and a half of Negan sliding his dick down Rick's throat. So three out of the first four episodes were just the most depressing things you could ever watch.
Walking Dead, you are losing viewers week by week. Do you understand? Whatever you're doing,
and we're in what, season 7?
Yes.
Like, we've seen a lot of depressing shit. But to go that depressing.
The one thing that you have to hang on is that Rosita found a fucking bullet shell. That's all you have to like be like, all right, we're gonna get this fuck.
Think about it. They have no guns. He's taken half of their shit. They don't have beds to sleep on. I don't know. This is very troublesome.
You know what the problem is too, is that episode with Rick and Negan at Alexandria.
Yeah,
it was so poorly staged that it made it more frustrating to watch, because you're like all these open shots on Negan in all these ways, and then you got like Daryl batting his eyes like in Morse code and shit like
that. That wasn't. He said Gimple said that wasn't Morse code, but he's like, good on you for trying to force that in there. But Ruggs, you're right. There's moments where nobody's around. Rick has Lucille, and Negan has his back turned to him. What are you doing?
I would have killed him.
Right?
Because you take out the head of the beast, and then
you're risking whether all his men will just kill you instantly, or they're gonna jump and you're the leader now just because you killed their guy.
I checked out the moment. This is when I checked out. I checked out the moment when Rick and the people were going to fuck with Negan in the first place, and he made this big speech like, we're all gonna fight, and a lot of us are not gonna come back, and we just gotta do this shit, and we're gonna fucking take him. And then the minute one guy gets beheaded, like, he loses like his fucking whole shit.
I forgot about that, because then he comes back and holds another meeting, and he's like, well, I'm not in charge anymore. It's just like that, this is how it is now.
They made this big,
really?
They made this big push that they were going to fucking use everything they had to fucking kill these guys. And no matter what, we don't turn back. Whoever we lose, we keep going because we have to push. And then they just fucking, as soon as two people get injured or they lose their way, then the whole thing, all the wheels come off of it. And I'm like, okay, I can't, they keep... writing checks they can't cash.
Also,
I don't like that our lead has no balls.
Yeah.
And the fact that our lead is having like another personality shift.
Yep.
Like, and not a good one. Like he keeps, like, every season he changes like to a different Rick.
Yeah.
But no one likes to see little bitch Rick.
And I don't know how you come back from this to make it even, or even that to make it valid or make it meaningful, like the way they've written themselves into this hole.
What the way to come back from this? They won't do it because, as Imran likes to point out, the comic. No, well, not either kill Rick or make fucking what's Glenn's wife's name, Maggie, the fucking star of the show.
They could have done this a much better way if they didn't make Rick seem like such a pussy. Like, they could have still had the same story going on. But if they would have staged it properly, so Rick had no choice but to do what Negan says.
Yes.
But in this last episode, that wasn't the case.
And
he's like willingly being a pussy, and that takes something away from Rick to a point where he's unrecognizable and there's nothing left of him that we like.
I I agree. I wish there was a little side moment where he's like, you see him that he's working on a plan, that he still has his balls.
They needed that one scene where he's still working.
And maybe
on
it's just him and someone else, and he's like, don't tell anybody else, but I got a thing.
You know what it's like? This is a pro wrestling reference, but it's like when the hero in pro wrestling, when they constantly have him lose over and over and over and over, and then all of a sudden he's going to win the title. It's like, no, dude, like you devalued that character so much that it doesn't. He's not even the same guy anymore.
Well, it's not even meaningful when he does come back.
Right.
Huh.
When he comes back, it's not believable anymore.
Like, so here's another question. Do you guys think, like, you know, for the majority of the show, we followed our main group, and I was always kind of excited to see the larger world. I think everyone was. We're like, what else is everyone doing? We're starting to see these other communities, but I don't know if this show can handle it, the larger world properly. Like, I
think they can handle it if they just would not decompress it. If they would just run it where you learn about multiple things at multiple times.
This is how they're handling the larger world, is by this decompressive writing.
Well, the ratings.
The ratings would be otherwise. Yeah,
the ratings are showing you that 6 million people dropped off from the first episode.
This is the thing that they're doing wrong. It's not that they can't handle showing all this stuff, but they'll spend like 20 minutes on a conversation that is just about what, like, you're scared of, or I'm having feelings about this, and then all of a sudden they'll just gloss over like a major part of the plot.
Yeah.
So they need to stop doing that. That's all they need to do.
The amount of episodes where like nothing happens. Yeah. You know, it's all mood and atmosphere. Like once in a while, do that. Not every fucking episode.
Yeah.
It's just that, I mean, the tone overall this season's been pretty miserable. So,
and Ruggs, I go back to your point. You're like, they need to take a page from, like, say, a Breaking Bad in terms of how to tell the story and how to do side stories for it to still work. It's just the storytelling structure is weird. I don't know. Like, and so Scott Gimple is teasing that the Whisperers are coming also. Like, this is so, we just fucking met Negan. And now he's going to introduce another big thing from the comic books. I think it's a little much. I don't know if it can handle it.
I disagree. It's not the amount of characters. It's the way they're telling the story that's the problem. Okay. I don't think it's the amount of characters at all. Negan on his own is interesting. He's great. But when you have 90 minutes of him doing the same shtick over and over, that's fucking old.
Wow. I mean, that.
But if you bounce him off a character, like, the problem with that episode too is you just bounced him off of Rick over and over and over, and Rick wasn't giving anything.
Nothing changed.
So you didn't bounce him off of like anybody else that would have been interesting.
It's very interesting.
You had and then anyone that you did bounce him off of acted like a little bitch.
Yeah. I mean, he's got an army. Dude's got an army. They all show up. But
I'm not saying what's realistic. I'm saying what's fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the next episode where, I mean, we're not even going to see. That's the thing. Okay, so you got me interested with Carl and Jesus going to see where Negan lives. We're not going to. We all know we're not going to see
that for like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
We've already caught on to the fact, and that's why we're getting more and more frustrated, because we know it's going to be okay, we're going to leave you hanging here. We're going to go here instead, and it's getting monotonous to this point where, like, okay, now they're switching us around every time. And it's just, you want to, like, have that, cliffhanger. I want to come back next week and see what happens. And then they've done this so many times where they put a cliffhanger in their ending and then they don't go back to it. And it's just crazy.
Right. Wow.
And then you look at like something like The Flash, which you guys talked about, which will have a cliffhanger and then immediately resolve it in the next episode.
Which sometimes that is also.
Sometimes it's too fast. At least, but at least they're addressing what they set up in the prior episode.
At least there's some closure. You're going to wait 4 weeks to find out what happened. You forget where it left off.
Yeah, you had to wait. What was it? 2. So episode 1, then you had to wait for 2 episodes before you got back to Rick. Anything with Rick. So, and that episode 1 ended with like Rick like crying and fucking broken. And then you don't get back to him until 2 episodes later.
And this episode we don't see him at all. So it's going to be another couple episodes.
Well, if he's acting like a little bitch,
I don't want to see his fucking face. So speaking of the little bitch, Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus have renegotiated their contract. So not only are the ratings dropping, they're going to be paying the 2 leads a lot more money. Can you guys guess? Don't click the thing. I want you to guess how much money they make per episode.
$100,000
for Is that your guess?
Well, I can't. I don't, if it could be $1 million, I mean,
per episode.
I'll go 500,000.
Okay, Anthony's a little bit closer. As it stands now, Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus will each make $550,000 per episode this season, and next season they're making $650,000.
Oh shit!
A fucking episode. The price of a really nice house every fucking episode.
Well, Charlie Sheen used to make $1 million per episode. On that
Charlie Sheen and I think Seinfeld did also, or the Friends cast. By the end, they were making $1 million fucking dollars an episode.
That's the end goal.
Yes, and I was actually surprised. This was a lot lower.
They've been on for like 7 seasons.
Yes,
right? So
I thought that they would be getting paid like more.
I thought they were getting paid less because it was AMC. It was cable.
That's true.
But if they're getting like almost network money, because network is way bigger than cable.
The stars of the Big Bang Theory are making around $1 million an episode. Ew, why?
Lame.
That is wasted money. And then I'm sure the Game of Thrones
network money though. They have that.
Game of Thrones are probably making way more money.
No, less, I would say.
Less? Yeah. Oh. I don't know. I thought that was interesting about what it costs to make this money. And finally, let's talk
Tell a friend.
No, not yet. Almost. We're almost there. I want to talk about Carl's future on the show. Because you said, first of all, Carl was like really bad aim with his one eye. I thought that was kind of that was kind of funny.
That does make sense.
Yes, his depth perception would be off. I don't know how he's going to shoot Negan. He's going to fucking miss him. He can't even fucking throw a dart straight.
Just keep firing bullets.
Just spray it. You got to
hit the one in the middle.
Hit the one in the middle. You got to spray them. So they're following a little bit this storyline where Carl does sneak onto a Negan truck after one of his visits to Alexandria. And in the book, it's great. He goes back and he kills a bunch of people. And Negan's like, kid, I respect you. I like you. That's not bad what you did here. However, I don't know if that's what's going to happen on the show. Speculation is, again,
spoiler alert,
Carl Grimes may be killed off in The Walking Dead so Chandler Riggs can go to college. The actor tweeted about his future plans to attend school earlier in November. He's like, I just got accepted into Auburn. So Carl's going to college, okay? Sometimes these guys, they go to college, they still do shows. But then Chandler Riggs' father posted a message on Instagram that with a picture of him and Chandler, and it says, completed 7 years on The Walking Dead, #freedom, The Walking Dead.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck? He's his 7-year contract completed. And then there's a deleted Facebook message from his dad that says 7-year contract completed. Grateful to AMC cast and crew, The Walking Dead fan base, and especially Chandler for always being 100% dedicated. Blah, 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 blah. What does this mean? Carl is done. They're going to kill him. He's gone.
That would be cool.
I'd be cool. I would. Here's a thing that doesn't make any sense, and it's just because of the length of the seasons, but also the way they've written the show. Carl's aged 7 years in real life.
Yes, that
Chandler Grimes or whatever the fuck his name is. Yes. But in the show, since it's so goddamn decompressed, it's only been like 2 years.
He should not be this old already. Like he should be a kid for a lot longer. So yeah, he's gonna age out pretty quickly. Also, Auburn University is driving distance from where the show films in Georgia, so it's not a stretch. It could be manageable. And we just talked about
herring that they're doing on purpose, like they always do shit like that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he's gone, but honestly, I wouldn't.
Kid,
yeah,
college ain't going anywhere. Take the money.
College is a scam, kid. It's not going to help you get any jobs. But dude, you're right. He's aging too quickly. I would be okay if they kill fucking Carl, because the baby shouldn't be alive if we were going according to the book. So he's got a kid still.
Nobody should be alive.
Nobody should be alive.
If they killed Carl, that'd be fine.
That'd be all right. That'd be a good way to get Rick back in the game, maybe.
Although I enjoy Carl right now more than I enjoy Rick.
He's got more balls than his fucking dad.
He's got more balls than his dad.
But imagine Negan kills Carl. Now Rick has a reason to fucking go all out, full war. Get everybody together. Oh. So at some point, Rick is going to have to just gather the Hilltop, the Kingdom, Alexandria, get them all together.
Isn't that what's going to happen?
Maybe. I don't know. Rick doesn't seem like he's anywhere near that place to be doing that.
I mean, that was the first thing I would have thought of if I was Rick. I'd have been like, dude. Like, I mean, he doesn't know that the other place exists yet, does he? The kingdom?
He knows about the hilltop. I don't think he knows about the kingdom because Carol and Morgan have not.
But as soon as he finds out about that, then he'll be able to do the people.
He'll be like, I need an army. Like, he just needs an army to fight their army. Yeah.
They don't have any guns.
They got no.
Well, at least Rosita found a bullet.
They got a
right?
bullet and an empty clip.
They got a bullet and they got what's his name? Eugene.
But
that's all you need.
Still got Tara and Heath out there. They could run across a bunch.
Didn't they bury guns in one of the episodes somewhere at one of those houses?
I don't.
So. I think that's from a.
That was a
season.
different place.
No, that was before they
in
went to Alexandria. They buried guns.
All right. Any other television thoughts, recommendations, suggestions?
Do I have any more thoughts? No, I have no thoughts.
I'm good.
Now that
Did you see anything that was worth watching?
Well, I'm digging Westworld.
Oh, it's great.
It's fucking deep as shit now. Like the first couple of episodes where you watched them because you were like, I don't know what's going on, but it's really interesting. But I have no idea what's going on. And now you're like, oh shit! And now if you go back and
picture,
and if you go back and watch the earlier episodes, you pick up more things.
So,
that
do
they
you
were
want to hear
setting
my
up.
theory on this?
Sure. Wait, let's do this.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Oh wait, this.
Here's the rundown. Okay, well, I definitely think there's multiple timelines going on.
You do, okay.
I definitely think that that the company, Delos.
Yes.
I think that they want. I think the IP that they want is they want to be able. I think that they want to be able to download people into these bodies.
So download people's consciousness.
Yeah, so they can be immortal,
live forever. Because she says, like, the park isn't what we want. We want the code.
Yeah,
we want you to get.
They want to figure out how to have conscious thought be code.
So, the fact that we find out that Bernard's a fucking host and he kills the girl, like, how many of those other people do you think Ford has replaced with fucking hosts?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's building that girl that got choked out. I think he's building a new one of those.
Oh, Elise, because that was
on vacation when she's going to come back as a robot.
Oh boy, and Tessa Thompson's pretty hot in this show too. She's naked, even though she doesn't have.
Who's that?
That's the Delos, the corporate girl, Delos. And
she's going to be in Thor?
She's going to be in Thor. Remember she was fucking
Valkyrie.
the host tied to the bed? She just answers the door naked.
Yeah.
When
they show her naked?
Yes.
Have you seen Westworld? No, I guess not.
No, not yet.
I saw it. It is a crazy deep show. Ruggs, like I said, this is my Game of Thrones. Like this I love. I love the sci-fi fantasy and I can get into it. And so it is multiple timelines. Like we're watching, you think Man in Black is that dude William.
Yeah.
And so because Dolores is having
you
flashbacks.
think Dolores is really the bad guy?
No, I think Maeve is going to be the bad guy.
No, I think Dolores is the guy that they're talking about. Is like the
she's Arnold. Arnold is in him.
Not Arnold. She is the person that killed everybody.
Oh,
remember in that flashback, you see her killing everyone.
Everyone is
turning the gun on herself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he stops her.
Yeah.
She's flashing back to her other lives and shit. Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. It got me hooked now.
Yes, absolutely. And so they've been renewed for season 2, and I heard they have like a 5-year plan for this.
I think it's going to be a show to watch. Hopefully, it gets bigger and broader and not just always in Westworld. I hope we get out into the real world. We get to see what the world that they live in, and it goes bigger and broader.
Because I think in the movie there was other worlds that you could go visit. And Westworld was just one of them. What I like about the show is that it's kind of had this slow buzz build. Like it took a while for people to really get, and the show took a while to start. But now, like every Monday, everyone is like, "Holy shit! Did you see fucking?"
It reminds me a lot about Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, with the Cylons and who's human and who's not,
kind of thing.
And playing God. And so, like, you have the corporate end, you have the marketing end, then you have the art end and Ford, and he's trying to create art, and he doesn't want corporate to destroy the art, but I don't know what anyone's end game really is. The whole thing with Bernard being a host just fucking threw me for a loop. I was like, what the fuck?
Did you watch Battlestar Galactica?
I did. I didn't watch. I watched the half of the last season, which I heard wasn't.
No, well, the last season was shit, but like
the first three are great.
Seasons,
oh my god!
Did you ever watch that, Anthony?
No.
The reboot. It's so good. It's very smart, intelligent sci-fi.
Yeah,
like, it's
absolutely.
amazing.
You'll get hooked on that too.
And Black Mirror, the new season of Black Mirror on Netflix is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I watched an episode or two of that.
I love that show. It's so good. And I've been trying to catch up on the Gotham, but it's just a crazy show. That show is nuts.
No, I haven't watched that either. I still have to get caught up on some of these shows. Like,
did you see Cyborg Superman on Supergirl?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Lame.
I was real excited.
Supergirl's got better on the CW.
It is better. It's a much better show.
Yeah,
there's lesbian action. It's great.
Oh yeah, Alex comes out.
Is that her sister?
Yes, her sister comes out. There's like a
lesbian.
There's like a underground bar where all the aliens hang out.
That
That's
I don't like.
cool.
I fucking hate
You don't like that? I like that. It's fun. There's a lot of fucking wackiness. There's more Martians.
They got Mon-El in there.
Mon-El is in there. He's not bad. There's a little romance. Blah blah blah. Arrow. I'm still digging Arrow, man. I love the season of Arrow.
Supergirl's got to have some sex at some point.
Who? But she'd have to fuck Mon-El. That's the only person.
I'm just like Barry never gets laid.
No.
Okay, Arrow every once in a while fuck somebody.
But Barry makes out with what's her name all the time now, in front of his stepdad or foster
awkwardly.
Awkwardly.
But like you want to live vicariously through these heroes.
And I mean, and then look on Legends of Tomorrow, you have like Sarah Lance, openly gay superhero. You know, that's great. How they I love how they write her.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm just saying, like, you got to get these superheroes into like the 2017.
I mean, we finally got to see her drunk.
We're watching
Supergirl.
Westworld, and we're watching like shit on the AMC.
There's so much nudity on Westworld. It's hilarious. They're just naked all the time, sitting on stools in a cold room, naked. Just sitting there.
Nipples as hard as rocks.
Yes. It's great. There was Evan Rachel Wood went on like Jimmy Fallon, and she's like, so my first scene ever with Sir Anthony Hopkins, and I'm sitting Anthony topless. But she goes, the first scene I'm with Anthony Hopkins is I'm sitting in front of him on a stool, buck ass naked. And this is the first time I've ever met him, the first time I work with him, and I'm just naked in front of him. And she's like so good on the show because she has to like stop her emotions, become a robot, turn it back on, turn it off. All in front of Anthony Hopkins, butt ass naked. It was quite an interesting day at work, I would think, for that person.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a great show.
Oh, for sure.
It is a good show. All right, look, I want to shout out one person on Twitter, Ashlight, at Ashlight Grayson, who has recently discovered the show, and he's like live tweeting his comments to every episode on Twitter. If you go on our Twitter feed.
That's why my Twitter has like 15 notifications within like a minute.
Yeah, he's like literally listening to the episode and like talking back to us via Twitter. Ashlight, good work. I love it. Keep up.
Everyone should do that.
Everyone should do that. It's like an active conversation whenever on demand. But I love that kind of engagement, listener, and I want to hear from you guys more. Like Ashlight at Ashlight Grayson, follow him
I will. Talk. I'll follow him.
Right? Give him a follow.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
All right, before we peace out, I just want to thank some of the networks we're on for carrying the show. We Be Geeks, a place to hang your cape, the Lounge Network, and Tangent Bound Network. And you can also hear us on Geek Life Radio every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, geekliferadio.com. Ruggs, where can the people follow you, Ruggs?
You can follow me at Really Rugboy on Twitter. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Just follow him very closely, right behind him. But look, listener, what you should do if you found our show, if this is your first time, if you're just checking us out, like on our website, jockandnerd.com, subscribe to the show in any podcast app. We're everywhere. That way you won't miss a show. It'll come right to you. You don't have to worry about when the show comes out. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Player FM, TuneIn. If you visit jockandnerd.com/review, it'll take you to our iTunes page. You hit the subscribe, and then you leave us a nice rating and reviewing. But really, the subscription. Grab your friend's phone and subscribe them. Tell a friend. Spread the geekery. I want you to subscribe everyone in your circle of friends, physically. Grab their phone and do this.
Jock and Nerd!
And then run away. Anthony, have fun out there in the Philippines.
Oh, I'll try.
Send us a postie card.
Yeah, and try and feel a boobus.
Philabubus.
Oh, shit.
Not just the penis. Philabubus. That's their sister country to the north?
Yes. Let's to the north.
It's actually like right in the middle. And then if you go further
There's another
south,
one.
it's a little-
Over there.
yeah.
All right. Look, gang, thanks for listening. This has been the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
Hey, we'll check you next time. We out.
Wowie zowie! Go stroke a barbell.